Hi everyone, it's Anthony with AJK Beauty back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Get Unready with me. So we're going to be going through all of my current nighttime routine products, doing a little bit more of a long form routine tonight, just because I've got extra time. We're all here at home right now. So we're going to go through the my whole routine, the products I'm currently using. Some of these I've had in my routine for several months, some of them just a couple of weeks, and some of them just a few days. So we'll talk about all of that. But yeah, this is going to be a little intro for YouTube. I've been posting my videos on other platforms that have different rules on promotion and stuff. So this is a little early intro saying, check me out on Instagram at AJKBeauty. My blog is also ajkbeauty.wordpress. I'll leave the links below. Thanks. All right. Hey everyone, so I'm just going through and doing my Get Unready with me video. So this is my nighttime routine, going through each product that I use. We're doing a longer form routine because I've got extra time tonight because, working from home tomorrow, all that stuff, a little bit more of a freer schedule. I know a lot of us are experiencing that right now. So I just wanted to go right into this, go through each product that I'm using in my evening routine, talk a little bit about them, and kind of work through those steps. So the first product that I wanted to talk about is the Biossance. This is the squalene and antioxidant cleansing oil. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah. Awesome. So this is a fluid style cleansing oil. I've been using this just about a month. I'm almost ready to put together my review. I'll probably post that in the next day or so. But this cleansing oil features squalane as well as evening primrose oil and then moringa seed oil. And it's got a nice light fluid texture. I find that it really applies and smooths over the skin really, really well. I think that it also cleanses thoroughly without being too stripping. It does leave some natural oil and moisture behind, which is really, really nice. So the only thing that I have been having not really a problem with, but just one of the things that I noticed with this product is the citrus and lavender kind of scent of this is pretty intense. It's not necessarily bad, but it's also not my most favorite scent in the world. Other than that, I feel like it really does break up sunscreen. I've only got 2 layers of sunscreen on, but a couple weeks ago when I was outside, out and about, commuting to and from work a lot more than I am now, I was usually averaging about 4 layers of sunscreen a day, and it really seemed to break all of that up. I'm not a makeup wearer, so I don't have any BB cream or foundation or anything to get through. So your experience may vary depending on, how much additional product that you have on your skin when you do your oil cleansing step. But since I've only got a little bit of sunscreen, I typically don't have a problem. So just, 30 seconds sometimes, I do have time tonight, but for the sake of the video, I won't do it. I will do a facial massage for like 3 to 5 minutes, just kind of getting this area and, just kind of being really gentle and really taking my time. But yeah, it's got this nice fluid texture. You get plenty of slide, so you're not like pulling on your skin incredibly hard. And it emulsifies and rinses really, really well too. So it is actually one of the better oil cleansers that I have tried. It's just that that scent is the only thing keeping it from being an absolute favorite. So products that I would probably reach for instead of this one would be the Aromatica Natural Coconut Cleansing Oil. I just think that one is even more gentle while still removing everything. And the fragrance is a lot more approachable for me. It just smells lightly of coconut. And I felt like it was a little bit more nourishing as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and emulsify and rinse this. And then I'll kind of speed through that and we'll keep going with the routine. All right. Got that all emulsified off. So I'm gonna leave my face damp and move right into my second cleanser, or my second step, or water-based cleanser. That's the Crave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. I've just been using this for a couple of days. It has a really interesting kind of jelly texture to it. And featured ingredients here, matcha, so you've got green tea, lots of antioxidants. This is a pH balanced cleanser. It also has hemp seed, which I guess is supposed to help boost the intake of antioxidants according to the package. So I've only been using it for a couple days. I haven't done a ton of research into the full ingredients list, but I liked it because it was fragrance free and pH balanced. So it foams up decently for the type of texture that it is. And it just in the past couple days, I've noticed that it is very, very gentle. It doesn't feel overstripping. My skin feels plenty hydrated afterwards. And the scent, since there isn't any added fragrance or essential oils added for fragrance, is quite interesting. It has this kind of, maybe it's the hemp seed, but it just has kind of this cross between like just like a glycerin-y kind of like chemical scent, I guess. It's not quite like a plasticky, but there's something there. And then there's like this undertone of like a kind of like a nutty scent as well. It's pretty interesting. It definitely, you know, I was thinking it was going to be like more brighter scented because of for some reason the green tea made me thought it would smell more fresh or like more watery or light, but it doesn't. And not that scent's, you know, a deal breaker. I really don't mind unless it's overly fragranced. But yeah, it's just something to kind of get used to because it's just not what you necessarily would expect the first couple of times. So I just go, you know, 30 seconds to a minute with this, you know, gently with fingertips. I end up using my palm, which I know a lot of people say, you know, don't do this, but I try not to like really press hard and just kind of glide. My skin, I haven't really noticed necessarily too many negative effects from doing it that way. I just need to be more conscious about it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and rinse this, and then we'll move on to the wash-off masks that I'm gonna be using tonight. So let's do it. All right, so all rinsed off. I'm going to go into my first wash-off mask that I'll be using tonight. Like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more of a long form. And that's going to be the Skin Food Coconut Sugar Wash-Off Mask. So this is a product that I've been using for quite some time, probably over a year now. And it's really the only physical exfoliating scrub that I found that is gentle enough for what I'd like. I've tried the other black sugar masks from Skin Food, and the granules of sugar are just a little bit too thick for me. And I tend to, even though I try not to, I tend to have a heavy hand when I do my, you know, massaging of these products. So something that's got thick grains of sugar, I can potentially over exfoliate just with kind of how I do things. So this one is a lot more foolproof because that coconut sugar is super, super fine and it breaks down in water fairly quickly. So you don't get a lot of time, you know, or a chance to over exfoliate because it kind of breaks down into this kind of milky kind of mask. So I'll show you. So I just put a nice dollop in my hands and then just kind of press and then slowly kind of massage that product in. So you can feel the grains of sugar. You know, you can feel that it's doing some physical exfoliation and some resurfacing of dead skin cells. So you want to have a gentle hand anyway, as much as you can. And then it only takes probably about 30 seconds to maybe a minute of consistent massaging and kind of working that product around before those granules of sugar will kind of break down. And then you're left with this kind of emulsion-y, kind of creamy mask that still has a lot of, you know, the benefits from the coconut. It's got some other hydrating ingredients, and then the sugar is a natural exfoliant itself. So it kind of provides just a little bit of chemical exfoliation. It's very mild compared to like, you know, a bunch of glycolic acid, but it is there. I do my lips pretty much everywhere. This product just smells incredible. It smells like, you know, a cross between like brown sugar and like toasted coconut. It's really awesome. So once that's done, then I just leave this on for just a couple of minutes and then I'll go back over and rinse. So see you later. For now, I'll be back in a couple minutes, and then once I've rinsed this, and we'll keep going with the rest of the routine. Bye. All right, I'm back, and we've got that coconut sugar wash-off mask completely rinsed. Skin feels super soft after that, always. Feels well hydrated as well. But I recently just got done with a bit of accidental over exfoliating with a chemical exfoliator. My skin's recovered, or on the final stages of fully recovering, so that's why I felt comfortable incorporating that scrub. And it was especially nice because it's been quite some time since I've used it, since my skin was feeling a little bit sensitized and a little easily irritated. So but just to kind of help that recovery process, help calm, soothe the skin, I've been pretty consistent about using this wash-off mask. It is the REP, which is a sister brand of Neogen. This is their Bio Fresh mask with real calming herbs. I've been reaching for this mask. I've been using it since this fall, but I reach for it anytime I'm in a bout of, or my skin's in a bout of irritation, redness, or sensitivity. It really helps to soothe my skin and really hydrate it. So it's just been really kind of a savior, and that's why I kind of only bring it out in those occasions when I really need it, because I'm trying to kind of ration that one. But I just go, and sorry, I won't be looking right at you, I'm gonna be looking in the mirror, but this product uses kaolin clay. It's also got a lot of herbs in it, and I think it's got chamomile, quite a bit of chamomile, and some other really, really soothing ingredients, calendula, chamomile. And not only does it have the extracts of those products, but it's got the actual like kind of crushed herbs as well. So it's got like the dried herbs and flowers of those products. So you can actually see little bits of them in the mask itself, which is super interesting. So I'm fairly generous with this product. You don't need to go incredibly heavy. When I first started using it, I was really putting on a thick layer, but I found that you don't need a ton for this stuff to work. So I use about 2 of those dollop sizes per application, so about that much. So it's lasted me for quite a while, even though I tend to go pretty heavy with each application, but it's a fairly decent sized jar. And like I said, you can go lighter if you want, just enough to get a nice thin coat on the entire face. And then I let this mask sit for about 10 minutes before I will wash it off. And I will show you guys what it looks like after the 10 minutes before I rinse it, because that's kind of where this product really shines for me and leaves me really, really impressed. So I'll show you guys what this looks like once it is, completely dried in a sense. So that's kind of the before. You can kind of see I got a nice coat, a little light on the cheeks, but not too much. And then I'm gonna wait 10 minutes. I'll be back and I'll show you the difference. Bye. All right, I'm back. And so this is after 10 minutes with the REP Bio Fresh Mask, the calming herbs version, after 10 minutes with that product. And you can see a lot of where there was kind of a thicker layer has actually been absorbed. It doesn't necessarily dry or crack like a normal or like a traditional clay mask, so it's not really stiff or tight. It's all very comfortable to wear, even after you've had it on. But you can see a lot of that liquid that was, or the water-based materials that were in that mask have actually been absorbed. And I think that's what gives my skin, or gives the skin, the most calming benefit from it. And that reduction of redness is a lot of those extracts and different ingredients in this mask actually get absorbed and utilized by the skin, rather than just being something that sits on the surface to pull things from the skin. So I don't necessarily use this one to like clear out congestion or clogged pores or anything like that. This is more about soothing and hydrating the skin with maybe just a little bit of that clarifying effect, but not much. It's nothing like the Aztec Secret Clay Cleanser or some of those other stiffer clay masks that you might have tried in the past. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse this, and then we're moving on to the rest of the routine. Right, so that's all done. So I just kind of patted my skin dry with I have a stack of like one-time use towels. I typically wouldn't mind just patting it in and going towel free, but you know, on days where I kind of want to move through my routine a little faster, I'll grab one of these. They're just little hand towels. I bought like a 20 pack and I just use them one time to reduce the risk of them accumulating any bacteria, and they stay in a closed drawer. So that's kind of my way to try to avoid using kind of like the towel I use for my body that's just kind of sitting there, and try to keep less bacteria or stuff off of my face. So the next step in my routine is my toner. And the toner that I'm currently using right now is the Then I Met You Birch Juice Refining Toner. This is a toner that obviously includes birch juice, but it also has lactic and glycolic acid in a low percentage. I think it's 1%, to help with delivering hydration, as well as kind of mildly refining or resurfacing texture issues on the skin. So this is actually a really watery toner, but it also has a milkiness to it. So I'm gonna do my best to show you. I'm so bad at these, but yeah, you can see there's like a little bit of that milkiness to the toner. It's not completely clear, but it's still super watery. I have been using this product for, I think, maybe just over 2 weeks now, and I really, really like it. It's interesting because it's a toner that I think would be really good for sensitive skin, because if you're looking for an acid-based toner, because it is very gentle and it just doesn't feel like there's no sting or tingle. It doesn't leave my face feeling dry or anything like that. It's still very hydrating while still delivering that glycolic and lactic acid. So I think it would be good for those that have had a difficult time with maybe stronger acid toners, like maybe the one from The Ordinary. I used one from a brand called Moon Juice. It's their exfoliating acid potion that has 25% AHA and BHA, so that's obviously a lot more intense than this. So if you've used something like that, you know, it's just too much for your skin, but you still want something to kind of refine and resurface, then this is a really, really nice option. The first few times I used it, because it's so unassuming and it just doesn't really feel like too much other than just a hydrating toner, I was like, okay, well, this isn't as intense as I might have expected from something that has AHA in it, but I think that's actually a really good thing. And over time, I think this toner really has a great place, especially for those with sensitive skin or that can't handle more intense chemical exfoliation. So I still need a couple more weeks to finalize my opinions on that, but that's that. The next step I'm using is also from Then I Met You. This is their Giving Essence. I've used, can see a little, probably just about half, and I've been using it for the same amount of time. I might be overusing this, but I really like it so much. This toner has chokeberry in it, as well as red algae and fermented ingredients as well. It has that kind of pink color to it. And I've found this essence to be really brightening and incredibly hydrating. It has this really mild scent of the chokeberries. It almost smells like a really faint cranberry scent. And it is just like a huge drink for the skin. Just a few drops and I feel like my face is completely coated in it. And it just delivers so much hydration. My skin feels so super soft after using this product as well. And it has that perfect kind of like hydrated dewy bounce, but not like oily, or it doesn't feel like it leaves any residue. It just absorbs really well while still like leaving that really nice damp soft feeling to the skin. So I don't know, I think between the toner and the essence, as far as my opinion right now, I think I would absolutely go for the essence over the toner if I had to pick between the two. Neither of these two products are very cheap or affordable, I should say that. And the size is 100 milliliters for each. So if you think about your Misha First Treatment Essence, or maybe your other essences that you've used in a while, you'll understand that that's not a huge size product for the cost. So it's something to keep in mind, and it's something that I've really been struggling with too as I'm using these is, you know, I really like both of these products. I think they are really good choices for what they are. But, you know, put head to head with some other similar products, the price points and the size might make it harder for me to say this is the number one, absolutely go get it. So stay tuned on that. I'll do a formal review of those once I hit the 1 month marker as I get closer to it. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and hopefully I'll have some more final decisions and some more opinions on those. But anyway, moving on, I do want to do a sheet mask tonight. I know I'm going through the whole process. I mean, just from that essence, I feel like my skin looks really deep. I really like that essence, I'll just say that. But this sheet mask is one that I've used in the past. I haven't been wanting to use anything new, and I've been skipping sheet masks for a few days because I had some sensitivity on my skin, but this is one that I've used several times before and I absolutely love. It's from Mediheal. It's their NMF Aqua Ring Ampule Mask. This is just a straight up hydration bomb, just a ton of, I think there's sodium hyaluronate in here, sweet almond seed. You have some mild acids in here as well. And you have rose flower water, mushroom extract. You've got a lot of nice hydrators here and some nourishing ingredients, and this never does me wrong. I don't ever get any sort of irritation from this. My skin seems to like all of the ingredients. It's got like a watery kind of serum essence to it. And yeah, there's that. So I'm just gonna throw this on and then be back with you guys in a little bit, and we'll keep moving through the routine. From here, we're pretty close to done. I've got a serum, an eye cream, and my my moisturizer, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's just get this on. I don't know what it is, but I've been so bad at applying masks the past couple times I've used them. I think because I took a break in using them, and now that I've kind of been more consistent, I've just been, I don't know, I just need to continue practicing, I guess. Oh no. I guess I've never been that great at it. If you have tips for how to apply a mask super successfully and smoothly, I'd love to hear them, because my thing is they always tend to fold in on each other or in on itself. So it's just like, especially the forehead, I'm surprised I got it right that time, but I don't know if I'm like pulling on it too tight when I lay it down, but it kind of likes to flip as I'm applying it, and then I'm stuck with like double layered mask, and then by the time you pull on it to get it all out, you basically squeezed all the essence out of it. So that's not terrible. I have some air bubbles and stuff, but that's better than I've been doing recently. So yeah, we're gonna leave this on for I think 15 minutes for this one. 20 minutes. So leave that on for 20 minutes and I'll be back. Bye. All right, everyone. So I made it 17 minutes with the mask, and I'm starting to see a little bit of dryness here around the nose and a little bit on either temple. So usually as soon as I start to see some of that starting to kind of dry and crisp up, then I usually go ahead and remove it. It's still plenty saturated on other areas of the mask, but the nose is usually the first to go, followed by the hairline. And once that starts to happen, then I kind of usually call it quits. So I just check on the mask every 5 minutes or so as I'm wearing it, just to kind of see where we're at. So like I said, I've used this that mask from Mediheal previously. It came in a gift set that had 10 of them, and so I was pretty familiar with them, and I loved them. I love the extra essence that's left behind. It makes my skin feel super, super hydrated, gives it that nice glow, pats in nicely, there's no stickiness or odd film or residue left behind, and it's just a really solid mask that I know that my skin isn't gonna, become red or inflamed by. So when I am recovering from having sensitized skin, or maybe overdid it on exfoliators, or just maybe I was out in the sun too long, there's certain masks that I know if I was to throw it on my face would just be like, whoa, like that hurts. And luckily I've worked those out of my stash, but sometimes you're surprised, you try a new mask or something and you're surprised with it not doing so well. So it's always nice to have a couple masks that are winners on hand for days when you just don't want to incorporate anything new or unusual into your routine. So that's that for the sheet mask. I'm going right in with my serum. Right now I'm using the Crave Beauty Great Barrier Relief Serum. This is another one that's really good for repairing the skin barrier, just kind of soothing and calming sensitive, irritated skin. It's got tamano oil in it, safflower oil, rose hip, ceramides. It actually feels more like a cream or a lotion than it does like a normal like jelly or thin kind of serum. It almost feels like a lotion. And I've only been using this for a few days, but I really, really like it. I think, like I said, my skin was recovering from over-exfoliation, and I think this product really started to help bring it back from the brink, I should say. I was previously using a serum from, I don't even remember what brand it was, but it was something that I got from a Face Story subscription box. And I was doing this challenge where I was kind of layering serum. So I was doing like 2 or 3 layers of that and then massaging it in with a massage tool. And I don't know if it's because of the added fragrance in that product, or it has, it had propolis in it, and my skin sometimes doesn't like that ingredient. So I don't know what it was, but I think it was causing a reaction. So I switched over to this Crave Beauty product a couple of days ago, and it's just really, really helping out soothe and calm the skin. I'm noticing that the brightness that I'm getting from the essence from Then I Bet You is kind of feeling almost a little bit enhanced just in the past couple of days. And it's very nourishing. I feel like my skin responds really, really well. People might not appreciate the scent. Tamanu oil has a very, very distinct scent. It's kind of nutty, earthy, woodsy. It's interesting, let's just say that. I don't mind it, I kind of like it, and you need to be able to handle it to use this product because that scent is fairly distinct, and it lasts quite some time. Even after applying my moisturizer or other products on top of this, I can always still smell the tamanu. So that's it I'll have, more details on this as I get further along. I liked it because most serums are going to be in the 30 milliliter or 1 ounce range. This comes in at 45. And then I'm moving into my eye serum, my eye cream or eye essence in this case. This is the Volufiline 15 eye essence from a brand called Eco Your Skin. I have actually been using this for almost 6 months now. It's the last, I just haven't found an eye cream that completely blows me away. I don't have a lot of issues in my eye area that I'm necessarily trying to adjust, so it's a step that I'm gonna work out of my routine. But this is a 50 milliliter bottle, and most eye creams or eye essences or serums are usually 15 milliliters. Sometimes you'll get lucky and find one for 30 milliliters, but this is so huge, it's lasted me forever. I use it almost every single night. Just a small amount like that is all you need, but this thing is huge. And then just very gently kind of tap that in above and below the eye area. And it's got ginseng in it. It's got silicone, which is actually a fairly decent hydrator, and a lot of other brightening ingredients. I'm sure there's niacinamide in here as well. So just another little dot, dab it in, and then kind of work it around the eye area. And I don't know, I mean, it's very hydrating. I feel like it does kind of help wake up my eye area or make me look a little bit more refreshed and energized by the morning. What is that? I thought it was like a spider or something. But it feels great. It feels nice and hydrating. I haven't had any issues with it. I'm not completely like mind blown by this product, but because of the size, it just lasts so long. It's like something, and there's no way, I may be halfway through it. I mean, this is gonna last me probably a year. So it's just one of those like, middle of the road, middle to high end performing products that I don't really look to as a savior, but it's decent, it works, and I only have to think about it maybe once a year if I was gonna continue to buy this. So yeah, it's something that I would still absolutely recommend. I started using it back in September of last year, so happy with it. But like I said, once I'm done, I'll probably be moving away from eye products in general, and maybe as I get older, I'll want to reincorporate one, but just haven't found one that is that incredibly amazing in my opinion. So if you know of one, let me know in the comments. And then we're finishing off tonight with the Crave Beauty Oat So Simple Water Cream. Another Crave Beauty product. So this is the third one in my routine that I have right now. It's just a super lightweight moisturizer. It has nearly an emulsion feel, but not quite. I mean, it's still it's not like just sliding down my hand. So it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it just, once it's on, it feels incredibly lightweight and very, very cooling. I love the cooling effect that this has. I've only been using it for a few days, and so I can't really speak to how well it's performing just yet. It feels great on the skin. It applies really well. There's no oiliness or greasiness to it whatsoever. So those with super oily and congested skin should be able to get along with it. My concern, and it's the concern that most people have with this product, is that there's not much in the way or anything in the way of like emollient ingredients or ingredients that will lock this hydration in. So a lot of people are saying this would almost make a better serum, that you need to layer something over it to get that locking in of the hydration. Otherwise, you're going to lose that all back out into the atmosphere, or lose a lot of it back out. So that's what I've heard, is it's not, for being a cream, it's not incredibly nourishing and it won't hold a lot of moisture to the skin. However, I think as long as you're using it in conjunction with something like the Great Barrier Relief that has the tamanu oil, other oils and emollient ingredients in it, that combo kind of will work. I mean, putting both of those on your face will kind of help hold that hydration to the skin. So I think in combination, it might be a good pair, but you know, when I do a review for a product, I'm not necessarily thinking of them as like synergistically working together. I think each individual product should be able to stand on its own and do its job on its own without relying on you to make yet another purchase to make it work, quote unquote. You know, if you have a good moisturizer, it should be able to do its job as a standalone product. So we'll see. I'm going to keep using it. I'm probably going to, at some point, remove the Great Barrier Relief from my routine just to see if that changes my thoughts and feelings about that moisturizer. And then put the Great Barrier Relief back in, see how, you know, if it's an improvement, you know, if I see kind of like a curve there in the performance of those products when I change things up, then that might help me to make a decision. But so far, so good. Don't really have anything negative to say about it. No discerning scent. It applies really well. It gives you a nice kind of dewy look as well. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my whole night routine. Pretty long, pretty in-depth. I wouldn't normally use both of the wash-off masks in one night. I would rotate them or go a few days between. But I wanted to get it all done in one routine so you could see everything I'm using. I'll probably be back tomorrow or the next day with a get ready with me video, so my morning routine. It's pretty much exactly the same. It's just omitting a couple of products. So I might just run through it, or I'll just share some stuff to stories about it, but who knows. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, need further explanation about any of the products that you saw in this video, just leave a comment, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much again, and stay glowing. Bye.